Okay, so we know that Sarah J Maas likes to give her males very unique smells. Rowan smells like pines in the wood. Rhysand probably smells like stars. Hunt has the power of lightning. He smells like pure lightning. What does lightning smell like? Welcome to my Crescent City reading vlog. I just want to say that this vlog spans over the period of around 2 months. So if you see me outside, it was 2 months ago. Yes, it took me that long to read this book. Hey guys, it's me, Amelia. So today I'm going to be doing a Crescent City reading vlog, or House of Earth and Blood, which is Sarah J Maas's new book. It arrived 2 days ago. This is from Barnes & Noble. It's a signed copy. Oh my god. Ooh, whoa. I love this. Oh my gosh. Oh right, I forgot it's signed. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. How many Sarah J Maas signatures do I have? I have so many of her signatures. I have for Akatar, Akomath, Akawar, Queen of Shadows. Now I have this one. I think that's 5. This is my 5th Sarah J Maas signature. She's my favorite author. That's why I'm really excited. So yeah. This was the original cover of the book, which I also really love as well, but they changed it to red, but still kept it here. It's like really pretty. Like the colors are really pretty. I am so excited to start this book because everyone has been talking about how great it is. So I decided to go develop some film from my disposable film camera, and I'd taken the photos last year, so I didn't remember what photos I'd taken. So I just thought it would be super cool to finally develop them after like almost a year. And this is just the place, and it was really pretty, very artistic. Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks since my last clip. A lot has happened. I think we all know, like, I think we've all been through the same thing. All my classes are online now, like everyone else's. In my last clip, I was staying at my dorm. I'm not staying there anymore. I'm back at my house, which I'm really sad about because the dorm is in really high demand. There's like 200 to 300 queue just to get in, and I had it for like almost 2 years, and I had to let it go because I'm not going to be there for like 5 months, so paying rent for 5 months is just so useless. I have been reading a little bit of Crescent City. The night I came back from getting my film, I read like 5 chapters, and then I came back to my house and I read like another 5 chapters. I'm on page like 230. I am quite enjoying it so far. It's not I don't think it's anything special right now, but again, I'm only on like page 200 something. I feel like so far it's mainly been the world building, which the world is very complex, so I totally understand that. I find a lot of similarities within Sarah J Maas's characters. I feel like Bryce Quinlan, like, she definitely has a lot of Aelin elements. They have the same attitudes and like, which isn't a bad thing. Characters can be the same. It's the author's style. I don't care. I don't want it to sound like I'm insulting the book. I'm just pointing out that like her characters are sometimes very similar. I like Hunt though, but I don't like him as much as I like Sarah J Maas's other male characters. Hashtag Cassian, Rhysand, Dorian. I love Dorian, Lorcan. Oh my god, Stan! But again, I'm only on like page 200 something. I feel like Sarah J Maas is really well known for like her romance and her ships. So far, I'm not like feeling the chemistry between Hunt and Bryce. I didn't feel the chemistry between Feyre and Tamlin either. And then Sarah J Maas made Feyre go with someone else. So like maybe my neighborhood just like broadcasted something. I don't know what it is, and they've never broadcasted anything before. I don't feel that much chemistry between them so far, but it's only like page 200 something. So I feel like she might have Bryce move to a different guy, since she always does that with all of her series. Sorry, I just love like her ships, so like I get really excited talking about Sarah J Maas. But yeah, here's the book. Very pretty. I haven't gone back and read Crescent City in like 6 days. I haven't read it. I haven't read anything. I haven't been reading at all. Oh, the freaking Imagine Me by Sarah Maas came out today, which I'm very excited to read. I don't know if I should read that first or like finish Crescent City first, because like the thing is, like, Crescent City is taking me a long time to get into, right? But also the first book in the Throne of Glass series took me 3 years to finish. So like, am I really losing? It's 4 a.m. It's the next day, and I just spontaneously decided to read Imagine Me by Sarah Maas. It's making me so emotional, like I just want to cry. Hello. So I got halfway into Imagine Me. It was really good. Like, I couldn't stop reading. I am gonna be reading Crescent City after I finish Imagine Me. Hopefully I can finish Imagine Me today, and then I'm gonna film an Imagine Me review tomorrow, and then that day I'm gonna read Crescent City, I swear. I just finished Imagine Me. It's 8 a.m. The sun is like here. I didn't even realize. I didn't plan on finishing the book at all. Like, it's 8 a.m. But I just couldn't stop reading, and before I knew it, it said epilogue, and I looked outside and the sun was up, and I was like, what? They're about to go to the comitium lobby. I don't know what that is. Oh my gosh. I have some ASMR in my ears because I always need ASMR playing when I'm reading books because it's just so relaxing. I'm gonna take this out. It's so pretty, like the crescent. So I got to chapter 36, and I'm actually really enjoying their Hunt and Bryce's relationship. Before, I felt like they were kind of bland. They weren't really comparable to Sarah J Maas's other couples, but I feel like things are starting to develop. They're having like more emotional connections, and they're starting to open up with each other. I'm really starting to see a pattern. I feel like in Sarah J Maas's books, all of her books are about the main characters trying to find an object. In Throne of Glass, they're trying to find the 3 word keys. In ACOTAR, they're trying to find the different parts of the cauldron. And here, they're trying to find Luna's horn. And I remember, like, before Crescent City came out, I'm like, Sarah J Maas always just has a plot of them trying to find something to solve an issue. And I'm just thinking, like, I bet her next book is gonna follow that exact same thing, and it did, and I'm not surprised. Also, we all know that in Sarah J Maas's books, the main character never ends up with the first guy she's with, and like I was thinking, like, if she doesn't end up with Hunt, who is she gonna end up with? And the only guy in my head is Micah. Like, if you think about it, it's Micah. Like, if Sarah J Maas was to pull that again, I feel like it would be Micah, because she always puts the main character with someone more powerful than the first guy. And I'm just thinking, like, who's more powerful than Hunt? It's Micah. There are quite a few similarities between Bryce and Micah with Feyre and Rhysand. I guess we'll just wait and see. I'm only on page 350. Maybe you guys already finished it and you're like, Micah dies. So maybe I'm just making a fool of myself. So I saw some tweets on Twitter that are like, why does Hunt want to suck Bryce's toes? And I never understood it. And now I'm at the part where he's imagining sucking every one of those toes. Why? Also, is it just me, or is Bryce a little bit dumb? Because when they were talking about Shahar, his ex-lover, he was like, I'm gonna love her until the day I die. And then, so she's like, oh, he doesn't like me. But then he's like, but that doesn't mean that I... And then, like, he was interrupted.
And then later she was like, he made it pretty clear that he's only gonna love her. Like, no, like, even I know that he didn't mean that. Like, I'm a reader, I wasn't even there, and I know that. And she's like, he made it pretty clear he'll never like, no, he didn't. Are you dumb?
Firstly, this is here because I just washed my hair and I need my bangs to dry down instead of going everywhere. Second, I'm using a filter again because I'm also ugly today, like yesterday. I read until page 500, so I have this much left, which is so exciting. I feel like I can finish it. It's really good right now. I'm really enjoying it, and like I wanna go back to reading. So it's midnight right now and I'm gonna finish it, and I actually have so much to talk about because last night when I slept at like 7 a.m. trying to see, now it's straight down. Last night when I stayed up really late or early, because it's early in the morning, I didn't vlog it because I was just so in the moment, and now I have so much to talk about. So firstly, and I feel like a lot of people will find this irrelevant to discuss, but to me it means a lot. It's always raining in this book. That literally builds the atmosphere of the book because it's always raining, and they're flying and it's raining, and they're going out and it's raining, and they come home and they're wet, and I just love it. Like, I feel like it really, really builds the atmosphere of this book. If it wasn't raining, the whole mood of the book would just be so different. It's so random, but I don't know. And like the book I'm writing, it's always raining as well. And I feel like rain really builds the environment of a book. You can imagine like the Crescent City with rain, and you can like smell it. Like you can smell the city with the rain and her apartment, and it just builds everything. So Bryce and Hunt went to the Black Rose Pack place with all the wolves, and it just made me so sad to see the way that Ethan Hallstrom was treating her, Connor's brother, and just the way all the wolves treated her just made me so sad because her and Ethan seemed like they had a really good relationship before all this happened, and now he hates her. And I feel like just having that, it just like made me feel more attached to the book and the characters. Also, I don't think her and Mike are gonna end up together anymore. That's just not happening. Before I started reading Crescent City, I saw this fan art of Bryce and Hunt, and I was just thinking like, that looks really cute, I want to get to that scene. And guess who got to that scene? Me. And it was really cute, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the scene in the fan art, and this is the fan art. I have nothing else to say about it, but it was really cute. And can we please take a second to appreciate the Prince of the Chasm, or whatever his name is, because I love him. When Bryce summoned him, I don't know why, but like just the way he was described and the way he talked and how he goes into the cat form, he seems like a character I would vibe with. And I hate that word, but I think I would vibe with him, and I feel like he's gonna become a really important character later on because he's like, make the drop and come find me, and I'm like, come find you, why? And I just want to know, oh my god, what if Bryce ends up with the Prince of the Chasm? That would make sense because they knew each other since she was 13, and like he came to her and like helped her. Are they gonna happen? I'm gonna read the book now because I miss Hunt and the Prince of the Chasm. So Hunt just had to kill a bunch of people, right? And then he was really like sad and depressed and whatever, and then Bryce stayed with him instead of going back to her room, and that's so cute. I'm gonna cry. Hunt is about to get his wings cut off. I can't. Like, I'm not okay with that. Hunt Avalar will be punished, and he shall die in the way that angels die, the living death. The living death is when an angel's wings are cut off. No, I can't. Like, I can't read this anymore. He defended Bryce. Okay, let's read this together. Basically, Hunt is gonna have to get his wings cut off because a slave is not allowed to assault a free citizen, and he assaulted Emily, who is a free citizen, and he's a slave. Bryce shook her head. No, please. Hunt lowered himself to his knees and removed his jacket, then his shirt. And Emily saying, I don't need to press charges, Sabine. I don't want this. Let it go. Micah stalked towards Hunt, a sword in his hand. I can't. And Bryce is going, please, please. Oh, his wings are gonna grow back. Well, what? What was even the point of all that if his wings are gonna grow back? Oh, it's gonna hurt? Well, I don't care. His wings are gonna grow back. I thought like he was gonna lose all his wings. Well, I'm happy, but it's a bit anticlimactic. Not that I want his wings to be cut, but now it's like anticlimactic. No, his wings were just cut off. And Bryce is screaming. Oh my god, and his wings are like spurting blood. Okay, so we know that Sarah J Maas likes to give her males very unique smells. Rowan smells like pines in the wood. Rhysand probably smells like stars. Now, Hunt has the power of lightning. He smells like pure lightning. What does lightning smell like? He tastes like lightning as well, and I'm just thinking, how do you know what lightning tastes like? I don't understand. You can say that Sarah J Maas is bad at plot, you can say she's bad at diversity, you can say she's bad at whatever you want to say she's bad at, but you can't say she's bad at romance. Like, you really can't. Sarah J Maas is a romance queen. Page 590. Even the Chimera left. I'm sorry, I can't even tell you guys what's going on. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not having sex with you when you're spouting blood like a fountain. And that's really funny because of his wings. Okay, so I have this much left. It's 4:43 a.m. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and I'm gonna go to bed.
What sort of an afterlife do you have planned for you and me, Azalar? She asked quietly. The good kind, he said, with equal quiet. She didn't ask, though, about how it would be possible. Her lips curved upward. Sounds like a plan to me. For a moment, an eternity, they stared at each other. She toyed with the ends of her hair. You kissed me at the Medwitched office today. He knew he shouldn't. Knew it was 10 kinds of stupid. But he said, "What about it?" And she said, "Did you mean it?" Ooh. Yes, he never said anything more true. Did you want me to mean it? His heart began to race, fast enough that he nearly forgot the pain along his back as she said, "You know the answer to that, Athalar."
It's 6 a.m. I think I'm gonna go sleep.
I just saw a tweet on Twitter that said chapter 66 of House of Earth and Blood is absolutely crazy. I'm on chapter 65 and I'm really scared for what's about to come. So I just finished chapter 65. Bryce went with Therion and saw the Vibrant Queen doing a trade. And the whole time that happened, I was just thinking, like, what if Hunt is, like, gonna betray Bryce somewhere in this book? And then she looks more clearly, and then it's Hunt that is dealing synth with the Viper Queen. And I'm so confused. Chapter 66, let's go. The chapter that the person on Twitter said made her really angry and was crazy. What? Okay, firstly, I hate Hunt. He knew, like, everything. And I just read the sentence. Danica took too much. It drove her out of her mind. She slaughtered her own pack and then herself. And Hunt knew that. And that explains why Hunt was like, let's just focus on the horn, not Danica's death. That explains why he wasn't focused on her. And I was like wondering why he didn't care about that. And now it makes sense. And Sarah J Maas is pulling a Tamlin again. Does this mean that they're not going to end up together and she's going to make him end up with like Therion or something? Because Hunt just pulled like a Tamlin. The chapter is not done. I'm going to keep reading, but Danica killed her pack? What? That's great. That was not the plot twist that I expected. I can't believe Hunt was going to rebel again. Did he not learn from the last time? Oh my gosh. I'm on chapter 79, and a bunch of crazy shit just happened. So right now, Bryce is in the gallery library with Micah, and he's about to kill her, and he injected synth into her, and then he put the chimera into the tank with the nook, and then the chimera died, and it's at the bottom of the tank, and Bryce just jumped in to save it. And Micah is locked in the bathroom, but he's about to come out, and what? Oh my god, what? And Bryce didn't make the drop yet, so the Nook could kill her, and I don't know why the Ox is taking so long. It's been like an hour. What is the Ox doing? And everyone in the conference room is just watching everything go down. Oh my, and Micah's just confessing to everything. And lehabah's the cutest. Lehabah has like a small book, and she like opened it to like use power to hurt Micah, and then what? Oh my, what? So Danica didn't kill the pack. Also, I didn't talk about this part, but when Bryce went to the comments room and tried to like exchange herself for Hunt and tried to buy him with like 100 million gold marks, that was absolutely crazy. That was so cute. Anyways, I'm gonna keep reading. So Bryce took Syrinx out of the tank and told lehabah to give the Syrinx chest compressions. Now I'm just thinking, like, how is lehabah, who is like this small, supposed to give the chimera chest compressions? Lehabah's like this small. Okay, I love how the Autumn King just mutters in the conference while Bryce is trying to get out. He's like, leave the chimera, and he's like growling it. Like, that's like the first time you see him care about Bryce's life. Just putting this out there, if lehabah dies, I'm not reading the sequel, and that's a fact. I will not be reading it if lehabah dies, because I haven't said this, but lehabah's my favorite character, and if she dies, I'm not reading the sequel, and you can quote me on that. Oh my gosh, Bryce bought lehabah her freedom. And lehabah's still gonna die, isn't she? I hate Sarah J Maas if she dies. I will not be reading the Nesta and Cassian book. You can quote me on that as well. Oh my gosh, I'm dead. Lehabah has a whole dance to summon her power. What? Oh my god, this is so funny. A sweep of her arm upward, a twirl, hair spiraling above her head, a dance to summon her power. I just find that really funny. I'm sorry, I think this is my coping mechanism for lehabah being about to die. Oh my gosh. Hunt like put his hand over his heart because lehabah is about to die, and then all the angels in the 33rd rose to their feet and did the same, and Ron and his friends did that. That is so cute and sad, and I'm gonna cry. This is how you know a character is gonna die, that there's not gonna be a miracle to save them, when like everyone is paying respect to that character and goodbyes have been said. Like, you know they're gonna die. So Ethan just said that him and his pack are coming to the metals to help Bryce and help the humans. And you know, I knew I loved Ethan. I knew I loved him, and he just proved himself. And then Sabine's like, you're disobeying a direct order from your... And then he just hung up on Sabine. And, you know, I just love Ethan. I've never said a bad word about him.
Okay, so it's the next day. I just woke up. It's like 5 p.m., whatever. I wrote down some things that I wanted to talk about. Firstly, I don't know if I'm gonna give this book a 4 stars or 5 stars on Goodreads. When I first finished it, I put down 5 stars. And then overnight I thought more about it. And I just don't know if I'm gonna lower my rating. Okay, some things I wanted to talk about. I'm so tired of the main character is portrayed as like this girl that doesn't really have any powers. Like Bryce is human, but then she actually has all these superpowers and she's like the most powerful being. In Sarah J Maas's Throne of Glass series, Aelin Galathynius, like, she is so powerful. She can kill whoever she wants. Feyre, well, she has the power of all the High Lords, and I was really excited for the fact that Bryce is half human in this book, and I was like, wow, like Sarah J Maas is giving us a character that is not this all-powerful being. And then later on we find out that she has the Starborn power, and after she made the drop she was even more powerful than her dad, who is full Fae. And I'm just thinking, what? How does she have all that power when she's half human? She's half human. And I think this takes me to my other point, which is this book breaks a lot of its own world building rules. For example, Bryce making the drop alone. All the leaders said it's not possible. It's never been possible. And then we have Bryce just breaking that rule. And I get that Danica decided to like give up her eternity to make the drop, but like Danica's dead. She's not alive. Like, in this world, it's not possible. And what Sarah J Maas always does is she makes impossible things suddenly possible for the main character. And I understand that it can be possible, but it just gets tiring. When it happens with Sarah J Maas all the time, it just gets tiring. Like, please just give us a scenario that is impossible without giving us some major miracle. And her doing the drop with Danica, and then she saves everyone because she's the horn, and she brings the whole city back to the way it was before. That's just so cliche. It's so cheesy. It made me want to cringe. I'm like, why do miracles always have to happen in her books this way? The main character just saves everyone because she has all these secret powers, and I kind of would have appreciated if she was just not this all super powerful being. I don't know, is that just me? She's more powerful than her full Fae dad, who's a king, and her brother, who's full Fae, and she's like half human, but she had all the light power. The first 400 pages of this book, it really could have been shortened down. I don't know why it was 400 pages. I feel like the book picked up in the last 400 pages. I feel like it could have been made into like 200 or 300 pages. Compared to the last half, it just makes me question like why that part is so long, because it takes so long to actually get to the good part. If I look pissed, like I'm not pissed, like it's just really hot. And if I turn on the aircon, there'll be background noise, which is really annoying. Also, Hunt and Bryce's romance, sure they're cute, but there's not that much chemistry, to be honest. I remember, like, if you guys remember, I was obsessing over Rowan and Rhysand, and with Hunt, I don't really care about him. Like, sure, like when he got his wings cut, I was like devastated, but like compared to Rhys and Rowan, I just don't really, I don't know. He just seems he seems like a mix of all of Sarah J Maas's male characters, and I feel like Sarah J Maas just likes to throw in some trauma to her characters so that we'll care about them more, like Hunt and his 7 years of torture, or like decades of torture. I don't know, I feel like that was a way for us to connect with him, which it allowed us to understand him better, but besides that, like Hunt's present, I don't know, he just doesn't stand out to me as a male love interest. Adis though, the demon, the freaking prince of the Shazam, I love Adis, he stands out, and I know that he's not gonna get with Bryce because I feel like Sarah J Maas said in her live stream that her and Hunt are gonna end up together, but I feel like that would just make the book a lot more interesting. So if she decides to make her go with Adis, I would be there for that. Also, I don't know why it took Bryce so long to take the drop, or to do the drop. She was always doing risky things. She was constantly in danger. I don't know why she waited so long. I get that Sarah J Maas wanted to make the whole miracle at the end and she saves everyone with the drop, but like, I don't know, it just seems a bit stupid to me. Also, I feel like this book could have really worked as a standalone, and I know that Sarah J Maas likes to do series, and I love that she does series. I love like being able to anticipate the sequels for her books, but I feel like this book ended on such a good note that you're not really pining for the next book. With Sarah J Maas, she usually ends her book with like something major and you're like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen, and then you want the next book. But with this, it's just like, it's like a happy ending. Like it could have just ended right there, but we do have the Adas guy who's like, oh, things are actually gonna go crazy soon or something, and that makes me really look forward to the next book. But also, like, it could have worked as a standalone as well. Also, I really like the plot twist in this book, the fact that we think Danica killed the pack and that she was addicted to synth, and they find out that it was actually Micah that killed Danica. I really love like the constant plot twists because it really kept me on my toes and just made me want to keep knowing like what was gonna happen. Something that I didn't like, and I feel like this is with every Sarah J Maas book, and like everyone in this book, or everyone we know, is powerful. Like, we know Therion, we got to know Therion, and he's super high ranked in the river world. We got to know the Medwitch. I'm like, oh, an ordinary character. No, the Medwitch is a queen. And then we got to know, obviously, like, everyone else is just super powerful. Every character we know, Micah, Isaiah, he's the commander of the 33rd, Sabine, the Prime, everyone is powerful. Do we know a single character that's not like Jasiba Roba? Do we know a single character that's like not like the like a leader of their thing, you know? Like Amelie is like the alpha, and then we know Ethan, who's her second. And I wish we had someone like a lead in Throne of Glass where she just was not powerful. She had no power, I think, and like she was always like, you know, Sarah J Maas always makes like everyone in her story like super powerful, and it's just kind of tiring. Anyways, to be like conclusive, if that's even a word, I really enjoyed the last 400 pages. I think this book was very well thought out. I liked how everything tied in together really well. Like, there were so many questions that we had during the book and things we were confused about, and by the end they kind of wrapped everything into one thing. Like the fact that, like, what blinds an oracle, we had no idea, right? And then the whole Danica, I love you, Bryce, that scene that was constantly inserted throughout the book, like we finally got to know what that was, and it all related into her having the Starborn power. And I liked how like everything made sense by the end, like things we were confused about, if that makes sense. So yeah, I liked how everything tied in together. I really loved the characters, but I feel like the characters that I love are not the main characters. They're like the side characters. I really like Therion. I wish we got more of him. I like lehabah, but she died. I really like Adas, but we didn't get enough of him. I really like Ethan as well. Thank you for watching this vlog. Let me know what you thought of the book if you also read it. I would love to know your thoughts. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next